What's going on, people who are not have this?
It's all gone wrong from the start.
I've added them in. Owen did it. Owen did it.
Not only did it go wrong from then, and then afterwards he clicked us all out and put up the thing. Oh, it's just
Owen's doing the April Fool's pranks. I've added us all in. I've put the overlay on, and Owen's taken them all out just before.
My hands are here. I did not touch it. You see that? You see that? You see that, KG?
I know who he is. I know who I'm.
Flex is showing himself.
Flex is really, and I'm so happy that the audience and everyone at home just understands who Flex is. Yes, I think today we're starting to see it was my fault. It was my fault. It was a late performance last night. It is what it is. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Today's my fault.
I'm glad they remember you for what you are as well. You can do the thing on me saying I'm glad they see Flex. I'm glad they remember what you are, which is late.
I was in my comedy bag last night, fam.
I've heard some great reviews. Reviews. You know what I mean? If you haven't got a chance to get down and see KG live in action across London and wherever else in the UK, make sure you do it, guys. Big up to everyone, though. Big up to the community. Welcome to the 9 a.m. show. KG's up. He's ready. He's feeling the vibe. Owen's here. He's ready. He's feeling the vibe. I'm here. I'm feeling it. You lot are feeling it. Smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's get straight into this. Darwin Nunez links. Darwin Nunez, fee agreed. Darwin Nunez in, Martial out. Martial make weight. Martial plus cash for Darwin Nunez. That's the topic. KG, go.
They're lies. Sorry. What a change. Like, Martial does he even want to go there? You're saying Martial has to end up in the Portuguese league. That's right. That's correct, yeah? Come on, guys. Swaps. They're saying, I hear it.
That's money.
Martial wants to go to the Portuguese. If he's desperate to get away from Manchester that much, then wow. Situations are not situationing, you know. You got to say it's not Italy. That would have made more sense. Like a fake team in a Spanish league probably would have made sense, but to Portugal, like, who does that? No, and again, I know some Portuguese people would be like, I love that league, but come on, it's not the leagues in the world that you want to go to unless he's thinking about a rebuild. You more think a link back to Paris. I mean, sorry, a link back to the French league will make sense than that move. So I just can't see it at all. I know the paper talk wants to get going. It's like they've opened. I know. Wait, I'm sorry, man, because when I'm tired, I won't even try to entertain this nonsense, bro. This is nonsense, innit? But anyway,
well, another big outlet in Portugal called a Jogo. They more recently are saying that a deal's actually very close. They're not actually mentioning the Martial part of it. That was happening in the back end of yesterday. I did see that. But a Jogo are basically saying that Manchester United are very close to getting Darwin Nunez. Take that as you will. Manchester Evening News have then jumped on that and kind of pushed that out a little bit. Owen,
he linked us to Nicholas Gaitan for like 1,000 years. So yeah.
It happens exactly 100%. Yeah. Owen, is there somewhere in between KG saying that's just nonsense and the interest is there, they're talking, and something could be bubbling?
We clearly want him. There's no doubt we clearly want him. I agree with KG on the Martial thing. My first thought when I heard that was Sevilla couldn't pay all of his wages. No disrespect to Benfica. I don't know what their financial situation is. They might be more affluent than Sevilla, but what's he on? 250k a week? Something like that? Benfica aren't paying that kind of. They can't. And you're then left with a situation a bit like it was with Martial Sevilla, where United, because does Martial really want to take a pay cut? Maybe not. Depends how desperate he is to leave. United could be in a situation where even though the player's no longer at the club, you're still paying part of his wages for his remaining contract. That can happen as well, just to get a player off the books that doesn't want to be there. So I'm not sure if I totally buy into that. I'm sure, by the way, Benfica would like to have Anthony Martial. They're losing their top striker and they hear Martial, they go, God, yeah, great. You know, maybe they chat to Sevilla first and go, actually, you were excited about Martial, weren't you? What was going on with that? And their president goes, few injuries, spent a lot of money. It was a failure. He goes, oh, ouch. That's a tough one to take. But we definitely want Nunez. What is interesting though, Flex, is, and we've seen this quite a lot in the comments, in the live. I've seen it in the live chat already. Is that some people really aren't having him. Really aren't having him.
They're not convinced. Yeah, they're not convinced.
They're saying they're going overrated. Just another version of like Lukaku, poor touch, all this kind of stuff. So it is interesting how actually quite divisive it is so far. My question would be, what other striking options would we be looking at? They mentioned Nkunku.
I think
he's not as much of a 9 as Nunez is. So it is.
We don't need a 9 though. I don't think we need a 9.
Hold on. 1 second, KG. Owen, like he just said, he disagrees with you there. Owen has been very staunch. He's been very strong on this. No fence sitting or anything. Yeah. Owen has come out and come to party, and he has been adamant, saying all the way through this transfer window already, which hasn't actually opened yet. He's been saying, Flex, I need a 9. I don't want none of this. He can play on the left. He can play on the right. He's multifunctional. I want a 9. KG saying the reason why I don't need a 9. Something's got to give here.
Nothing's got to give. We can just have two opinions.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, I've had enough of you, Flex. Look at him already. It's early in the morning, and he's already trying to put us against.
Okay, KG. Why do you disagree with Owen? Why do we not need
the reason why I say that is because you have to understand. I'm just getting back and I'm tracing back how there's different signings we've had here, right? So, for instance, we know now that Ronaldo's not going anywhere. Ronaldo, while he's not a problem, but Ronaldo expects to start. Now, with a new player that comes in, like let's say a Nunez, use the perfect example. You bring in Darwin Nunez, you say, hey, which we know that he's really a 9, right? Well, you're saying to him, sit on the bench and you'll get your games here and there. I believe for a new player, you need to hit the ground running straight away. They need games. They need to play as many games as possible because you're in a new country, you're trying to acclimatize, and you're trying to build up confidence. The same, what happened to Sancho potentially could happen to Nunez, where you buy a new signing for a lot of money, he doesn't play. After a while, the confidence he had from the last season, I'm gonna hate people season.
Oh, let's shoot.
The season makes you feel
down the mic, man. I'm sending them down there.
What it really is KG's allergic to his own bullshit.
You all laughed at me.
I can't believe it. Owen, it's too violent.
You said, KG, that I've shown what I am. I'm telling you now, Owen's true thing.
Owen is disgusting. It's too early. I'm not gonna take the bait because
no, take it. You can't let you telling you that at 9 a.m. telling you the reason you're sneezing is not antihistamines because you chat shit. Nah, that's bullshit. That's mad. That's mad. That's mad. Big 9 a.m. Big 9 a.m.
Owen wants to fight me for the simple case of what I'm saying is actually true. We've seen loads of players.
Gagey basically just goes, I don't want a number 9, and I basically push him, go on then.
Owen does listen, yeah. The bottom line is let's just focus on this quickly. Owen, that was really good. My mind is not even ready to come back. That's when you just get knocked out in the first round and there's nothing to do. You know what? That's my point over. My point is finished.
Owen went in so hard, he made him forget his point. He made him not want to smoke, and you made him pass. You passed the baton back and said, "Oh, you just."
Wait, nah, it's a 2-4 tackle. As a referee, Flex, you need to get involved and say, like, as a head boy, you can't.
All is fair in love and war.
No, but that's it. I finally got there.
That's on Flex. Flex started this.
Do you know what's the worst thing is? Yeah, I actually said as well. You said, "Hey, fever season." I was like, "Yeah, man, send in antihistamines. I'm trying to help you."
Look
Owen,
at my eyes, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Owen is savage. Like, it's not. Don't try and bring me into this. Owen, you need to be. Owen, you don't get to do that and blame me. You have to own that 100.
Yeah, that was all Owen.
You have to own
it. I said it. I'm terrified now because I'm thinking. I tell you what, I can't sneeze. If I sneeze,
oh, he's gone. Look, you even made his connection just go. Let me get this super chat. I think his phone actually does. Something's happened. Look at the
Nah, I'll be all right. I'm here.
It's even funnier with no picture, but we can hear you. Nate H, let me get these super chats out while KG's just KG and Nate H says, no, Martial going to Chelsea in Kante deal. LOL. We'll get there. Alan says, I swap Martial for Kante flex. I would. Maybe everyone else wouldn't though, because Kante's old. We are only passing through. All Liverpool fans say they're getting Nunez, so I won't believe until players hold up the shirt. That's always a good safety mechanism. That don't get involved until you see the person there holding up the shirt. What ROTW? What's that short for? Beat Jamaica, Republic of the I don't know.
Rest of the world.
Oh, rest of the world beat JA. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, in a sound clash. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Great set, KG, bro.
Come on.
How's that happened? How have we lost to the rest of the world in a sound clash?
Come on, Jamaica, bro. Come on, man.
How has that happened?
Jamaica shouldn't really be able to take on the rest of the world.
It should be. You know why? Because reggae music is global, bro.
Music takes more than the rest of the world, bro.
Yes, it should do.
Like we can pull from a lot. The rest of the world, like as in
I will be totally transparent. I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Don't worry.
Sound what?
Sound what? Sound crash. Was the sound crashing? Was it? Nate Hate says we need Nunez. Let's be honest. Ronaldo scored 50% of his Premier League goals in 5 matches. I love Ronaldo, but this club needs to start looking forward. And Ramanan says, so Ronaldo can't play all the games at his age. We don't get another 9. We don't get top 4 again. And I think we've read out all of the super chats.
Honestly,
Owen,
what do you think about what I was saying about the whole Ronaldo? Because Ronaldo does want to start, and whoever we get as the number 9 will have to hold bench unless they're happy to play out wide. I don't think Nunez is that type of player. What's you lot's thoughts then?
Well, not necessarily though, because again, we're talking about adjustment period. So he's going to have periods of time on the bench anyway. How many times this season have we had, especially in the second half of the season when we only had Ronaldo as our striker, of going, he couldn't play or he was out of form, because he was out of form for like 2 or 3 months there, and we're going, we've got no one else to put up front. Even those players that can kind of play up front, you know, people like Rashford or like whoever go, oh, maybe they could do a job. No, we needed a striker. We needed a second striker. And especially, we're going to be in, for what it's worth, the Europa League. We'll be playing Thursday, Sunday next season as well. We're going to have 5 subs. We need to have that striker that's going to be, and I know what people are saying, and it's kind of a good point with Nunez of going, yeah, but does he want to necessarily be a backup choice? I'm not necessarily sure he will be a backup choice. Look at it like Liverpool. How many strikers have they got? I know they can play all around the front, and you could say they're a bit more versatile. That's a fair point there, but there has to be some kind of rotation to be successful. Even though Ronaldo was great this season, we can't be so reliant on him. We just can't. And even if Nunez has a spotty season, he's not playing that much. You know for a fact that in a couple of seasons he is going to be our main guy because Ronaldo's not going to be there anymore.
But that's my problem, because let's say, was this his first real breakout season? This has been his best season, right? In terms of goals and everything.
Yeah.
This is a breakout season, and you don't know if the confidence is, you don't know if he fully believes in himself yet. And this club, we know what the shirt does. As you come here, it's just a different type of club. There's different levels of pressure to being a Man United player. I don't know why, because not like we're doing well, but there is that, and then players will just shrink into themselves. We saw the Sancho that we saw online to the Sancho that was delivered is different. We have to be honest, and the only reason why it's different is because he just needed time on the pitch. He needed to play immediately. I don't know what we were thinking, not letting him play when he got here. It was like, your backup. Why is he backup? Put him on the pitch as soon as possible and let him play through, and the confidence will stay there. And I believe that we killed his confidence as he arrived. And he can do the same thing for a young player in Darwin Nunez. And once the media starts and the rival fans start and he starts to believe this stuff, you're in trouble. So personally, unless he's the main number 9 and it's Ronaldo, we're going to sit you down and we're going to use you sparingly, which I don't see that conversation going like that. I see Ronaldo expecting to play at least 90% of the games. And that's every time he was told that he can't play, he just went to Portugal, fam.
So KG, what do we do? What do we do with so I actually hear the reasons of what you're both saying, to be fair, about a specialist, because I do want a specialist as well. But then I think when our wingers, without bringing in what haven't brought in anything, our wingers seem to be quite unsettled. Not one of them has like done the whole he's immovable. So it's like if you do get a multifunctioning forward, they can take Rashford's place right now. They can take Sancho's place right now. They can take obviously Elanga's place right now because we haven't brought no one in yet. So it depends where Ten Hag wants to go. But a lot of you guys have been saying obviously the importance of building like for the future and getting the next one, getting the one who might know that he might not be it right now. Learn for a year under Ronaldo. Come with the premise knowing that you're going to come in and out. You might play. Oh, I'm going to play a two. There's going to be two of you up there, or something. What if that was that? What if that was explained to someone like a Nunez or whoever this backup striker is going to be? Because I think we all agree that we need a backup forward, but whoever that backup forward is going to be, if they're young, aren't they always going to have to understand that, you know what, this year you might only get 15 to 20 starts, but going forward, because we're building the project, we're building this long-term planning where, and I'm not throwing shade, I'm being serious, where people are preferring not to get someone like a 31-year-old like a Kante or an experienced forward who needs to play now, because we're going down the route of let's find the next X or the next Y. When the next X or Y need to understand that, there's this guy here though. He's the main guy. He's the GOAT. And you're gonna
criticize players for being like, I should play over Ronaldo, don't we? Oh, I should play over Ronaldo. You know, we criticize players for having that kind of attitude. Who are you to say you should play over Cristiano Ronaldo? Darwin Nunez is 22. He comes in a couple of years' time. He's 24, getting into his peak, and he's already been at the club a couple of years. He's settled in. Ronaldo's gone. That's your main striker right there that can still be there in his peak for 6 or 7 years at the club.
We hope
it will take a year to settle anyway.
We hope. I don't know, man. I just again trying to go again. That's why the Nkunku signing for me makes a lot more sense. Purely because I know that even in that Robbie player, it's different. You have your focal point striker in Ronaldo. I'm not comparing Haller to Ronaldo anyway, but you have that. Then you have someone that can play, because the main thing is getting a player a lot of games. You want to get your new signing on the pitch as much as possible. A player like Nkunku can play up front as the main striker if he needed to, and you could put him on either side, and he'll work. Now that's what we need, the players with some versatility. So then when it does become your time to take over, you can. I just feel like the Ronaldo, while we haven't really looked at how much of an issue it can potentially be when you say to Ronaldo, you're not playing next season. Because we all say, surely we should say to Ronaldo, mate, less games. But let's look at the person that we all know Ronaldo to be after all these years. Do you reckon that he's really going to sit down and just want to sit on the bench? Even when he had a broken leg, he became the manager at that international.
I think it will be the same though. I think Ronaldo will actually still be the main guy. Like he'll start the majority of the games.
He's playing a lot of the games in Europa.
Probably won't start Europa League, stuff like that.
He played a lot of Europa. You'll be surprised.
Okay, fair. Okay, because he just us European.
He just play. He want to play.
All right, but the clear indication to the new guy, whichever type of forward that is, if it's an Nkunku type, if it's a Nunez type, let's say, might not be either of them. Could be someone so far left or right we didn't even see coming. But I think the clear thing that will be outlined to them will be that you will be understudy to Ronaldo. We're not going to use Ronaldo as much as last year, but he's still going to be the main option in the starting 11. But there's games where I might play two up front. There's games where, you're going to be first to come off the bench. We're going to start substituting Ronaldo maybe a lot more than we used to. He might not complete 90 minutes. I don't know, but I just feel like it's true. I agree with what you're saying, because there isn't probably a world where Ronaldo accepts that he's not going to be the main starting one. He might accept that he needs to play a little less, or maybe come off here or there.
Hopefully, we'll see.
But that's really difficult. And that's that. But that is the challenge Ten Hag's got. But he was very positive about Ronaldo as soon as he come in. He's like, brings goals. He's the guy. Like I get to work with goals. It's very much. Do you know what I mean? It was more like he sees it as a privilege to work with Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? Which, as a manager, you would have to argue and say it is. MWK360 says Man City won the Premier League without a number 9. We don't need Nunez right now with no midfield. It's Glazonomics, a star striker. Ignore the rest. Nate H says hot take. I don't think Ten Hag will fancy Sancho. That is a hot take. It's a very hot take because I disagree. I think he'd be perfect.
But you're gonna love him, man.
Yeah, but we'll be interesting to see what goes on there. You lot smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. Let us know. Very interesting about the Darwin Nunez sort of thing. Is it imperative that Man United get an out and out 9, like what Owen's saying? Is it important that Man United get a multifunctional forward like what KG's saying? And what do you think about that? Tabara says, damn, KG is talking so much sense lately. Big up.
This is what I love. This is what I love. Me and KG have spoken about this several times, is that whenever KG does get a positive comment, it still comes across as a diss.
It's so negative. I don't even know what to do with that comment. I'm sitting there like, yeah, all right. Oh.
I saw a comment the other day. It was saying like, "Oh, I like
well
this
done.
KG. I like this version of KG. Like it, yeah." It's like they're surprised to see you say, which is a disservice. That is a disservice to you. That is a disservice. Yeah. It is.
Even yesterday, I went back and watched, looked at the comments at the show we did yesterday. The one when you're stirring the pot, yeah. And I was like, people are like, I can't believe it. I'm agreeing with KG.
Yeah,
like they never thought they would do that in their life. Yeah, that's it. But that's it. The community evolves. KG evolves. Do you know what I mean? It's growth, isn't it? That's what it is here. Everyone can grow. Guys, let's move on. And I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there because I'm being deadly serious. When someone puts their hands up and says no banter, that means I'm being serious. You know me. If I say that, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. Everyone's not going to believe me, but I am actually being serious because this is actually the news. It's not me just trying to. And I think it's very important. Like we had our little fun yesterday with the Kante thing, and I had a little bit of fun with it. But it can't be that every time. I'm actually being serious. Yeah. Okay. So, and this is a very reputable.
He's
outlet.
being serious now. Now I believe you're actually being serious. You say that.
I swear to God, I'm being serious. The Athletic are reporting. And this is from the Chelsea correspondent for Athletic. So this is their version of Laurie Whitwell, who covers Man United, but for the Athletic. Simon Johnson. And Simon Johnson says from the Athletic, he says Man United want N'Golo Kante for Eric Ten Hag, but Thomas Tuchel will take some convincing to let him go, especially to direct Premier League rivals. He considers Kante to be as influential as other world-class players such as Kylian Mbappe, De Bruyne, and Mohamed Salah. Basically, Tuchel, they're reporting that Tuchel doesn't want to let him go. But Man United do want him for Ten Hag. I suppose the question is, I know we kind of spoke about it yesterday, but now there's a little bit more. There's a reputable. Look, I don't know why you lot are laughing. There's a reputable outlet saying that
we're laughing at this. We're laughing at the new super chat that's coming through.
There you go. Ozzy says it's scary when KG makes sense. Oh wow. It's scary. They're like, wow, what's going on in this earth? Like, KG's making sense. They're scared. They're worried for their well-being if you make sense.
They're sipping their morning tea or coffee and they see KG talking sense and they go.
I can see that. Oh my God. Listen,
slowly put it down.
As soon as I need HR to start immediately because I've got some things I want to say about Owen. He's taking a piss. This is happening right in front of you, bruv. This is your shit, bruv. Sort it out, fam.
But there's been times where I see, you obviously go.
I want to start this meeting right now. I need.
Okay. We don't do things off hearsay. There's a procedure. You have to. I need it in writing. I need
it here, bruv. We talking about
KG. There's a famous saying. That goes like this: "If it wasn't written down, it didn't happen." Okay. So I need it in writing, and it will be assessed internally with the HR team. Need it in writing. Zoe Jacob says, I think Ronaldo is okay with a younger striker coming in. I'm sure Eric Ten Hag would have had that discussion. Vincent Collins is just laughing uncontrollably. And Christian J. Actor says 1.2 watching live with only 200 likes. Everyone, you're enjoying the show. It's vibes. It's informative. It's factual. It's opinionated. It's funny. It's all of these things. But what are you doing? Drafting your email?
We need HR.
I used to work in HR as well.
We need.
No joke.
Do you know what's going to be funny?
No.
You know what's going to be funny? When I employ Owen as the HR person, so when the
I told
report
you
comes
this.
in about
I told you this
himself, he can
before.
just-
I am HR.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I would spin around. KG will think he's in the meeting with the HR. And suddenly I spin around and go, welcome. Be like,
I'm here to talk about you, actually. But
yeah.
anyway,
So I hear you want to file a complaint or something like that. Interesting.
See who's on there, see his shoes. Like, nah. But listen, this Kante thing.
So,
Basically, the athletic reporter for Chelsea is basically saying that Man United want him, but Tuchel loves him, says he's world class and is as influential as De Bruyne, Mbappe, etc., and needs some convincing to let him go. Thoughts?
Owen, do you want to go first?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, I was going to turn it back around, actually. I mean, Flex is very much, when he's been hearing Chelsea players talk about, Reece James said he was the best player, or the play he'd take with him, all that kind of stuff. When you read that report and you heard that Thomas Tuchel considers him like Mbappe and that level of player, what did you think? What did you think?
I thought. I'll be honest. I actually thought I just thought that's what I already knew, because I know he speaks really highly of him, and I still rate him as a very good player still now, and can have that impact on us for the next couple of years, 2 to 3 years. I believe that. So I'm not like, see, they can all sit down. Even Tuchel saying it. I'm actually not doing that. Like, I know he still rates him, and to hear that just confirms just what I thought. So it's not like how you lot swivel on that. It's not like, why are you laughing?
What do you think, KG?
Oh man, as much as I want to believe Fleck, I just don't believe him. He saw the these super chats are reckless as hell, bro. Wait, what happened this morning? I want to know, what is going on? Because it's right in between the middle of I'm trying to get a take off here. Oh my goodness.
Nate H says KG talking sense, but Maguire defending well. It's rare. And Sudeep says, when can we be mentally happy seeing United play? Yeah, I don't think that's going to be for a while.
All right, I'm there. There you go. So the Kante thing. Kante's a good player. Like, he's a very good player. We all know that. We've seen what Kante's done, and he turns up in big games. You saw what Kante was doing in the Champions League. He's not rubbish by any amount. Nothing, not at all. My thing is, I just have a break-off point in terms of how much I probably like to spend. 10 million, I think the whole panel, no matter what the wages are, everyone has to say that's 10 million well spent. I think everyone should feel that way. Then
I don't think they'll ever let him go for 10 million though.
I know, but now it starts to it's the number is important now. So because remember, we don't have a lot to play with this season. We don't have a lot to play with. And they say we blow all our money on this player and he potentially isn't available. We shot ourselves in the foot again. So then I would say even 15 to 18, I can get with that. I could do that. But then it's when it goes over and we're not sure in terms of, are you going to be, because it's not a question of his ability, it's a question of fitness and what we've seen at this club. Unfortunately, players can play for other places and they do well. They land here, injury season, injury forever. And this is and we already know, even I know they're saying we shuffled around our fitness and the doctors and people that work with the club. But I need to see players that they're more available. Like Ralph said it himself. He said, listen, guys, we're having more injuries than Liverpool and we don't play as many games as them. I don't know what's going on. So there's obviously something is wrong with maybe the players' attitudes. And I can't cuss Kante about attitude. He has a great one. But I'm just saying it somehow at this club, players just become unavailable. And it happened. Remember when LVG lost everyone and that's when he found Rashford? He lost everyone. I don't know if we still have that problem in this team.
Owen, we spoke a lot about hypotheticals with the Kante thing, and we both joked about it, saying it's just not going to happen. No, whatever. Yeah. But now there is actually something concrete, in all honesty, and the Athletic are reporting that no, Man United really do want this player, and Tuchel really doesn't want him to leave. From the Chelsea insider, does that change your opinion on it in terms of going back to, we talk about wanting to back the manager, this new manager we're going to get, and we've kind of fallen back on that statement of Ten Hag wants them. That's, do you know what I mean? Whether it's keep Maguire as captain, whether it's give Rashford a new deal, whether it's buying N'Golo Kante, whether it's whatever it is that we might think, don't know about that, back the manager. What has your opinion changed on the Kante thing with that report?
No, not really. I mean, again, if Ten Hag wants him, and if Ten Hag goes, yeah, he's one of my targets, then back the manager. You got it. I'm not going to be one of those people that he hasn't even done a game for Manchester United yet, and we're already going like turning on him or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. We'll save that. No, we're not going to go there. So when it comes to, as my opinion changed on the Kante deal in itself, no, because and as KG said, it's not a case of ability. I don't think anyone can question N'Golo Kante's ability. As you say, Flex, he still is one of the best in the world in his position, which I know seems crazy to say that, oh yeah, I don't want to buy him, because it's not a case of ability. And if he comes into our team, of course he improves our team. If N'Golo Kante wears a Manchester United shirt, especially in our midfield, of course it becomes a better midfield. But again, it is so in keeping with what Manchester United have done in terms of transfers in the past decade. And I've seen it too many times at this point. And it's not to say that Kante United wouldn't work out, but we have just been scarred so many times and burnt so many times with buying that kind of player, that kind of status of player, that kind of age of player, that kind of player with a CV. That's great. But his best years weren't at Manchester United. They were at another club. And we think, for whatever reason, and I know people will say age is just a number, and they point out midfielders like Luka Modric and Toni Kroos and say, yeah, they won the Champions League this past weekend and they were past 30. And that is true. And again, that's not to say if N'Golo Kante came to Manchester United, he wouldn't do well. He wouldn't play well in certain games. But how long is he going to be at the club for? How many games is he going to play? You know, as KG says, Chelsea are probably managing his fitness record really well at the moment, and it's still iffy at best. Come to United, Edison Cavani, we knew he had a fitness problem coming in to Manchester United, right? And if anything, the first season when he played, and he was still injured a bit in that first season, we thought, actually, those injury records, they're manageable. This season, he barely played. I mean, how many times did he play a game? And you could argue maybe it's because he didn't want to play or whatever. He's still got to go to the medical team and say, I'm not fit. And they go, okay. So who knows how bad that could be? Eden Hazard, again, is another example. He had injury issues at Chelsea, but they managed it. He goes to Real Madrid. He's barely played. Yeah, he's won the Champions League this past weekend, but he wasn't playing, and he's on a lot of money. And the Real Madrid fans, they might say, oh, this is going to be Hazard's season, but they're like, this guy's on a lot of money. He ain't playing. Are we going to have that same situation with N'Golo Kante at Manchester United? But when he does play, and it's almost like the Varane situation, isn't it? But when he does play, we go, oh, he's great. Cavani, when he does play, he's great. But after time will come the point of, this guy don't play that much. And it's great when he does play, but how often is he playing? And again, I know I saw a comment that I think it was from yesterday's thing of saying, yeah, and you talk about finding the next Kante, but the next Kante will cost like 100 million. It won't cost 100 million because you buy the next Kante when they're like 22 for 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50, but you've got him.
The next Kante could be Camavinga. Look, we could have got Camavinga last year. Look what he's coming to do.
We could have. And the problem is you don't. It will say the next Kante, and people go, yeah, but who is the next Kante? The problem is you don't know. That's transfers. You have to take an educated guess. You have to have a good scouting network, a good recruitment network. You have to find them, and you have to develop them, and that's just, I'm just very, very hesitant about it. But look, if Ten Hag wants it, and we did get Frankie de Jong, and you would say that first game of the season, you line up that midfield three of de Jong, Kante, Bruno, it looks great. How often do they all play together? That would be my concern.
Artisham says, for what amount would you say Kante's a good buy? Where's your cut-off point?
18.
Well, you're saying just any. Are you saying
18.
any price, Owen? Are you saying, like, I don't care, like, I just don't want him? Or if it was like 18 million, like KG
But again, it's realistic. I don't see us buying Kante for less than like 30, even with a year left on his contract, maybe 25.
Yeah, I'd say 25 to 30. Yeah,
I mean, KG's saying like 10 or 15. I'd be stunned. I'd be absolutely stunned.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that.
18, man. I know he's in his final year of his contract. There's some injury issues. If I'm in that negotiating room, say, listen, guys, come on. He might go, you don't even know if he's signing a new contract next season. You guys won't commit to him. There's a reason why you're not doing that. Here's 18. We'll walk away right now. No add-ons. Cash up front. Okay. Let's do it. I mean, I tried to do that and see what happens. But my thing is and we can't accuse Kante of being this, because one thing we do know is he's a professional, right? His attitude will be fine. He won't come and say, listen, I've won everything, you lot are not on my level. I can't imagine Kante swanning around the place like, I've got nothing to prove. But I just want a group of players. Remember, Man United, we're down in the dumps. We're in a place where it's like, you need a group of players that have things to prove. A group of players that are hurt. A group of players that say, listen, my career hasn't started yet, and I want to be something. Now, Kante's achieved everything in football. If he doesn't win another title,
I think he raises the standards if he walks in. I think someone like Kante, the way he trains, the way he looks after himself. Yes, all right, he's had a few injuries this year, so people are saying he's on a decline. On a serious note, I actually do think younger players, if we go and get other midfielders and the ones we've already got, which still have to stay, the likes of Fred, the likes of McTominay. I know you can say there's not much player left in there, but Ten Hag clearly needs to work with some of them. Van der Beek coming back in. I think he raises that around him, even if he ain't playing.
I mean, I agree. I do agree with that. But we did say the same about Ronaldo. And look at the look at the dressing room this season. It didn't rub off.
Kante is just going to do his job. Like, he's just always smiling. Like, you see,
he won't care about the mess.
He ain't going to be in the mess. He ain't going to be in no. But literally, the point is, I don't know, man.
Does he even want to come to? I mean, we're talking about this.
Yeah, we haven't got that far yet in the story.
Any interest in joining Manchester United? Who's to say he would want to come? We're talking about trying to convince Frankie de Jong to come because we're not in the Champions League. That's a former manager. Realistically, like, what do we have to convince N'Golo Kante, who has won everything, to join Manchester United? Bear in mind, I believe he had the choice to join Manchester United before he joined Chelsea. Like, there were loads of Premier League clubs in for him at the time. He just won the league with Leicester. And he decided to go to Chelsea. Who's to say he would even want to join Manchester United? Who's to say he'd want to come to Manchester?
Yeah. Don't you think we need like some? The point I was making before is, don't you think we need some hungry young players, like players that are desperate to taste success? Because this is a job. You lot saw at the end of the season. You saw what we looked like against Norwich. Yeah, everyone battered Norwich. We struggled. You want players that don't feel like it's their right to play, but they're ready to muck in. Now, I'm never going to accuse Kante of being that. He's like an objection to the rule. The guy is humble. He's a lovely player. But we need players that are like, because for too long, there's been this expectation of, I should start. We haven't even spoken about what Cavani was on with Ronaldo. We haven't even got into that, all the other players. And there is a new manager, though. But these players comes away from ability. These players still, but Flex, the problem
they need phasing out. 100%. But this is what I mean, though. Some of them players are still going to be here, though. We can't get rid of them all.
Exactly, and I'm saying
under the first year, we're still going to have Ten Hag needing to have a clean slate with some of these players. We don't want it. I don't want it. I want it all ripped up.
Yeah,
I do. But Ten Hag has to work with 80% of these guys. 75, let's say, 75 to 80%, yeah, because we can't change those players. So where we keep going back to these players failed before, their mentality, they're going to throw the towel in, they're going to do that. That's where Ten Hag, and I know you could say the definition of insanity, the players won't change, Flex. I know, I get that, but Ten Hag has to try and find a balance of bringing in something new, young, hungry, or mature and experienced who get it and play those guys over some of the older ones.
Yeah.
But he can only do that 4 times, I think, because I don't think he's going to get more than 4 signings. Like Owen was saying, he'll probably get 4. So if you say there's 4 out of that you can add to the bad crop, that you could say, I'm going to start these 4 in that 11. Do you know what I mean? You still got the rest there that fall into that. Do you know what I mean? You were in the shit last year with a crap mentality, or off the bench. You got a crap mentality from last year. It's still there.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just talking about the idea, the attitude of types of people that we need to bring in to shift the culture in these guys' minds as well. Is the point? And I understand Kante's such an anomaly. Like he's such a player like Kante who's won everything is not going to go in there and do whatever he wants and tell everyone, listen, it's my club now. He's not that. He'll lead by example for sure. But it's just what we do need to do is bring in certain players that, one, don't feel like being at Man United, you're here, you're saving us, or I don't even need to be here, guys. I've done everything in football. We need to bring in signings that are that are going to buy into the project and like die for the badge, like die to put on a show for these Man United fans and bring us back to where we need to be. Because again, the points gap between us and Liverpool is disgusting. You know, us and Man City. What was the final points from last season? But I know that the gap is crazy. Then when you look at that Champions League thing, Real Madrid would have beat us 10-0 if we played them.
Oh yeah, it would have been like the Bayern Arsenal. 100%.
There you go. We would have, and we're that far away. So we need to have players that, again, desire the willingness is key.
Yeah. Before we move on, TYN says better to sign both Kante and a youngster like Kone and De Jong as well. Get Garner back and get rid of McTominay and Fred. Again, start that process of. Do you know what I mean? I'd be happy with Kante, and like I said, you need the youngsters. But if it was just Kante, no, 100% agree. That's the wrong direction to go. But if you got a De Jong or a player like a De Jong profile, young, up and coming, do you know what I mean? Good quality. Going to be the next. Owen's wow. Madness. Oh, we don't normally see that. Oh, wow. Oh, that's brilliant.
Why is it brilliant, Fleck?
Because it happened to Owen. He deserves that.
I'm not gonna lie. always chose violence this morning. I'm not getting involved.
I just disappeared. I'm back.
KG was like, serves him right. He deserves that. That's what happens when you cross me.
It just literally just went, something went wrong. I thought I'm going to go out and KG's going to be there. Pair of scissors, wire.
Yeah. He said you laughed at me. You tried to jump on me, and this is what you get. The internet omens came from you. Don't keep my name out your mouth, is what he was saying.
I can't believe this.
That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said, keep my name out your mouth. This is what happens to you. Karma. You see? Karma. Mad. We need to move on. Timber. There's reports that his representatives have been in London. They've been about in Mayfair at Man United's offices. Deal's very, very close. KG, is it Timber time?
I can't believe you just did that. I didn't say none of those things from Owen, trust me. Owen, you need to understand, Flex is a snake. I sat there, he celebrated, and I was like, you know what, with the level of violence Owen chose today, I'm not going to get involved in him.
Celebrated? I didn't see that. I didn't see it come. I only came back in. What, he was celebrating?
Wait.
Waiting for United to win a trophy will tell you.
And this guy is... Anyway, let's get into this. Is Timber signing?
Flex is the real Palpatine. That's what he is. Or as he calls him Palpatine. Okay, he's very Palpatine.
Flex slivering settings, fam. That's what he know, bro. Anyway, let's quickly the Timber thing. We need. I think Man United fans deserve a signing now. We just need something. Again, you sack Ralph. A lot of people with the raised eyebrows, especially me, because I'm asking myself, are we different? Have we changed? If Man United can pull off a signing early, like the window, is the window officially opening tomorrow? Or is it open now?
No, 10th of June, something like that.
Ah, man. See, can you imagine if Man United did their business before the window opens as well? That's incredible. Like that would say we've made a shift. And that's what Man United need. We need to just, if we can sign to Timber to like in the next like 2-3 days, beautiful. Because his agent said he's gonna go sort out some deals recently on and then what happened to that?
Well, a little bit of an update. Freek Jansen, which is he's a Dutch journalist. He basically says that Ajax will again meet with Jurrien Timber's reps to discuss a new short-term deal this week. They are very concerned about breaking his contract because his transfer fee would be significantly lower. His agents visited Man United office recently. So again, I think it's more of the same. That's what I was going to say, Flex. It's quite interesting because when you hear some of the people that say follow Ajax, or you hear the people out in Holland, not to say that they're not worried about it, but they're like, over here, it feels like full conclusion. Yeah. He's leaving. Not like necessarily coming to United. Not that he's coming to United, but it's like, no, he's coming. He's leaving. He's definitely going. And some people in Holland are a bit like, I don't know about that.
I think he might stay. I think he might sign a new contract. Or if we do let him go, then I'm worried about, because Huntelaar's in there now, and I'm worried about that new structure. So it is an interesting one, because I don't know if it's being played up as much in Holland as it is over here. But as you mentioned, that was the same with Ten Hag. They were like, well, I don't know if that's guaranteed. And
here's another update, Owen. On the same journalist just said, Jurrien Timber has the choice to choose his next club. Erik Ten Hag is very charmed by the defender for obvious reasons and would like him to join Manchester United. Ajax have not given up on losing Timber. Yeah. Ajax have not given up on losing Timber.
They're going to lose him now. They're going to lose him. Like, you saw the laugh, you saw the smile that Ten Hag had when it asked about, it's like, don't take him. Anyway, he couldn't even hold back. I'm taking him. You know, he's like,
take him.
Straight away.
I think Ajax need to just, it's posturing, right? We had it a lot with Dortmund. All these clubs don't want to look like you can come in and take what you want, because it just makes them look weak, and then everyone's going to go for it. It's going to, like, they'll get raided like Southampton. You know, you want a situation where you say it's hard to get one of our players. The whole De Jong situation is that Barcelona, no, they don't have like a financial leg to stand on. And the messaging has been the same. Yes, he's a good player. We have to sell. We sold Messi. That's how mad our financial situation is. So no one's above being sold, right? And then, but we can't show that when we're trying to negotiate. So we say, listen, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We wanted to sign a new contract. Just posturing. They know that this player's grabbing Birch. They've lost so many, and more will come in for their players. They have to do this to look good, not only to like other teams, but to their fans, because the fans say, "What? I'm supporting this. You want to sell everybody? Are you not taking the piss? What kind of club is this? You're not trying to compete." So you have to manage that carefully.
Liberty says, "Why am I skeptic about Timber?" KG, you watched him live and you was convinced. Like in that 90 minutes against Herenveen, KG was sold. And I'm not going to try and throw you under the bus. I liked him. Like when KG, it's so funny in the stadium, any little thing he done, KG's doing a nudge. He goes, "Flex, did you see that? Did you see that though? Did you see that?" I'm like, I like him. He looks good, man.
He's just composed. The main thing is composure. And it's, again, playing of the high line that he's playing is the speed to just, he will sort things out.
It's different at Man United in the Prem, though. My thing was this. My thing was that it was more telling, apart from my eye test, because to judge it against Herenveen in the title decider at home, we saw what Herenveen were doing. They were just sitting back. They were just. Alun says, "Don't listen to KG Owen as flex."
I can't believe this community.
Well, Owen, that's what I'm saying. The community speaking. Owen can make his own mind up. Thank you, Alun.
He can go back and watch the tape. Go back and watch the tape. Please. Actually, go back and watch. Look at him now. What are you gonna do, bruv?
You all laughed at me.
And that's for later when Owen watches it.
All right. But on the tip, on the tip.
Look at worried now. Look at worried. All right.
No. The tape will prove all.
It's at like 36. It's like minute 36. Trust me. Go there. You'll see it.
The tape will prove all. The tape will show, and Owen can make his own decisions with the.
There's no evidence. Decision to make from.
No. And it's good, because I don't hold a grudge or anything like that, so it's fine.
Exactly.
I can't wait. I'll be tuning into the 6 o'clock show.
There's a lot for Timber to do in it. Like we saw him 190 minutes against Herenveen. He looked very composed. But what was more telling for me was that when you spoke to the Ajax fans about him, it was very much like, don't you dare. Like, hands off in it, because he's that good. But the Premier League's a different beast, different animal. He's still very young, still very, very young. The kid's only 19, man. So, he definitely falls into, do you know what I mean? That next best thing. Ten Hag knows him.
Yeah,
play right back as well. People say as well. So we shall see about him. But I do like the sound of him coming.
Are you having both of them though? Are you having him and Pau Torres and it'll make me so happy.
Both come. Yeah, it shows if that happened, even though the Pau Torres one, I'm more like he just looks neat and tidy. He looks okay. I don't get the like. He would be brilliant for us. I just kind of get the vibes of he looks neat, he looks tidy. Again, buying into that next batch. if we got both of them, that's definitely positive.
But we're not trying to. We need to get our minds away from. Remember, before under all these managers before, it's do or die defending.
Yeah,
we're not trying to play like that.
Yeah,
we're
trying
trying
to
to
front
play
foot, be good on the ball,
front
distribution
foot.
good.
Yeah, we're trying to hold on to the ball more than the opposition. Right, we're trying to dictate play. Where at times we've been counter-attack, soak up pressure, and we don't soak up nothing. It's like loads of holes in our situation. Now with the attitude changing, the team is like, it's the defending, it's the positional type defending as well. It's totally different to how I saw Ajax trying to play. I can't imagine us needing a centre back that's gonna like, the centre backs of old. I don't think we might need that. I think we can get into these Pau Torres type players and not the mad physical, what do you call it ones. We're switching. We're going against that in a sense. And I think we'll be all right if we have the ball and we're dictating play. That's different. If it's going to be a bombardment of like loads of attacks, then yeah, maybe he's not the man.
Owen, Timber,
what, both of them?
Yeah, both of them, Timber and Torres. Is that?
I think if you get both of them, then you're really looking at people like Maguire going, "Why don't we playing that much, mate?" That would be a real indication of where Ten Hag his feelings are. What you could though say, there is a situation, a scenario where we do get both, because of course Timber can play as a fullback as well. So there could be a scenario whereby he's playing a lot more games as a right back than we think, but I don't necessarily. I'm not sure if I want that. Primarily, I think he's played his best football as a centre back. I know some people are worried about his height. Say he's too short and all that kind of stuff. Like it's not a total rule that your centre back has to be 6 foot or over, because it's not. Fabio Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or. Not to say that Timber would be like that, but you get my point.
Cannavaro is all little man.
Exactly. So I would, to be honest, though, I would be somewhat surprised if we did get them both. I think the fullback that we are rumored to get will be that's going to be their natural position, as opposed to a centre back that can play at fullback. But I like Timber. I think obviously I haven't seen him play live like you have. I think he fits the profile of player that we're looking for as well. And I do think it will happen. It feels like it. When is that going on the soundboard, by the way?
Do you know what? I don't know if it can make it to the soundboard, because I think the guy who said fresh. But also, that's true. We're starting fresh, but also I think it was a melee. Like, it was so busy and noisy. We heard it so clear by standing next to the guy. But in the video, I think it just came out. The guy did say it in the video, but it was just nuts. But I agree with Casey when he said it. That is how he said it. He said, "Maguire, no."
How did he say it, KG?
No, Maguire, no. He was like, I don't know, like Megadeth style. It wasn't. he found a different kind of octave in his voice, and he delivered.
Oh, big up!
I tell you what, if someone out there wants to like remix that and put it to a song, like a heavy metal song, that would be tremendous.
Josh said a mad thing. I can make it clear. Shouldn't we have a new start though? Because we said
you said it. You can't. Yeah, you said we got.
It's a fresh start, bro, for all these players, all the snakes in this club. It's a fresh start. It's a fresh start for Delo. It's a fresh start for Pereira.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the soundboard. I thought you were talking about just it's a fresh start, new sounds on the soundboard, not necessarily for the players.
Everyone's got it.
Everyone. We've got positive sound clips. Yeah.
And Clay Thompson, we see you. Big up. He's watching from somewhere in the world in this mad early.
Big up. Ronaldo says, "I have returned. I missed you lot. Loving sunny Portugal."
He hasn't even got a picture of Ronaldo. That's how, like, he didn't even do the work.
No,
it's so lazy.
Exactly. It's a middle finger.
It's so lazy. No, but it's some guy with a different kind of hairstyle.
Yeah, Louis says fresh start for Brandon Williams and McTominay KG.
Fresh start.
Fresh start FC, bro. That's what it is.
What? Who?
That's what it is.
Brandon fresh as well.
Yeah, they're all coming back, innit?
It's a fresh.
Axel to Nzabi. Do you know what I mean? Coming back in. So look at it, bro.
Pereira. You know,
Pereira coming back in. You know what I mean?
Fresh start for Facundo, fam.
Alonso says, Flex, Maguire, very good player at Leicester. Strong. Did I say that? I think I probably did at the time. It sounds like something I would have said. Wanted Maguire at the start. Can't lie about that. I was fully on the Maguire train.
How long does their fresh starts last, though? Can we like
10 games?
10?
10 games. Good sample size.
Ain't that a lot, though?
10 games under a new manager. 10? I need to see something. Yeah, I'm saying 10. If I can see, because in 10 games, they might, that's the chance to see, can you put a run together? Are you playing like the same type of way? Are you playing awful the whole time? 10 games will show me like.
I think 10 games is a bit excessive.
Pereira should get 10 games then, Flex.
Hey.
No, in the squad.
Nah.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way! Flex 10 games.
What would you say then? Well, what would you say? Pereira plays one game and he plays well, then you say he's changed.
Pereira shouldn't play.
Exactly.
No, that's not.
He's not in the fresh start. There's boundaries to the fresh start. We can't. The fresh start is the ones that we know have to be there. People like McTominay, people like Shaw, people like Tellez, people because he has to stay. People like out of Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, one of them is going to stay. Rashford is probably the biggest fresh start there's probably ever been.
Maguire?
Do you know what I mean? Maguire's another one. Do you know what I mean? Varane can get it. He's
10
in it
games
too.
10 games for Maguire next season. Fresh start, yeah. 10 games.
Yeah, what are you giving him? 5? What would you give him?
I think I like 4 games to see who he is.
All right. What if we win all them games? Keep a clean sheet and with 4 clean sheets in a row.
He's in.
What if we win 2, lose 2?
I've got to start looking at other options.
Yeah. Out of the opening 4. Depending who it would be against, in fairness. But if it was against people we should be beating, and it's the same as it has been this season.
And he's holding.
Josh said, how is Maguire a fresh start and Pereira isn't? Basically, Josh is saying Pereira hasn't been here the whole year. He hasn't had a chance.
Josh Feeden in the chat.
Maguire's played all the time.
Different people. Mike and Josh are different people. I don't know why you're saying that, KG. So
that's true. Sorry, I made a mistake. No, Pereira has to get.
Pereira's gone.
I can't even say it. Pereira has to get a fresh start.
No, he needs to get a fresh move, a fresh transfer. He's gone. He needs to get a fresh club.
No, because we have to mean it, guys. We have to mean it. Everyone gets a fresh start.
No, not everyone. Not everyone. Some players just need to go. Well, no, because that means saying Phil Jones should get a fresh start.
Nah. We're selling him though, innit? We're selling him in
Brandon Williams. Are we saying Brandon Williams
should get a fresh start?
Yeah.
No, not everyone can get it, bro. No, there's some that Ten Hag has to work with. There's some he can say, I don't have to work with you. Big up everyone. Smash a like on the video. Wicked show. Always vibes. Smash a comment. And remember as well, your tickets to the 100K party, 19th of June.
I can't wait.
Link is in the video description below. It's going to be so much fun. It's at Toca Social at London's O2. Make sure you leave Grant fresh start. Just retired. And big up the tickets are in the link in the video description below. Make sure you guys check that out. And Sajid says Maguire's going to be playing false centre back next season. Oh, no. On that note, we're out of here, guys. Peace.